Hello everyone. I just got done watching a video from The Way of the Master. It is called Make a Video Response to This. And I thought the timing was good. They're asking for questions from believers and non-believers. And the timing was perfect because, well, let me just give you some background on the question. A couple months ago, I was convicted that I go it alone too much on my evangelism and so forth. And rather than be out there by myself all the time, handing out tracts and witnessing and stuff, I felt like the Lord is really convicting me that I should be doing it with other people. And, and part of that conviction came from the Word where, Jesus sent those guys out in twos. I mean, nobody was out by themselves. And I thought, okay, well, and then I was watching a lot of Tim Conway's videos and seeing how awesome his church was and his home Bible study. And I'm like, that is sweet. The way he is so committed to sharing the gospel and teaching sound doctrine, and I thought, well, I wonder if my church, it's a pretty big church, and I thought, I wonder if there's an evangelism team, and I've just never heard of it. And I thought, well, if there is, I got to get involved with it. If there isn't, I need to start one, right? So I called my pastor, and well, actually, I emailed him, said, hey, I want to get together for breakfast, and that's not overly unusual. He invited me to breakfast a couple of years ago to talk to me about sharing my testimony in church, and I did that for all three services. So it isn't, it's not so big that he doesn't know his, people that attend, So anyway, so we go to breakfast, and I share with him this idea of starting an evangelism team. He was very excited, very gung-ho about it, and we talked over breakfast about it, and I kind of went further with my ideas, and I kind of expected. I thought I'd get a little bit of resistance, and I'd kind of hold off on some of the ideas I had on it, and but I didn't have to hold off on it because he was excited about it. He was ready to get it going, and he said, so-and-so will get in touch with you. He's basically the outreach pastor, and I said, great, that sounds good. I waited to hear back from that particular pastor, and about a month and a half went by, and I emailed him last Sunday and said, hey, I haven't heard from so-and-so, but here, take a look at this track and tell me what you think. And it's basically, the concept was we would go door to door and give a gospel tract, but it's also kind of it was an invitation also. So it was going to be very low profile. I knew they weren't going to be probably into an aggressive door-to-door evangelism, but more of a low profile, kind of here's an invitation to our church, and see where the Lord brings it. If it goes the direction of sharing the gospel right then and there on their doorstep, then great. Everybody involved would be thoroughly trained to handle that. Knowing that for the most part it'd be like, okay, thanks, move along kind of thing. Well, and we were, that would be fine. But after I sent it last Sunday, and I got an email this week from him, and he said he brought it to the team or whatever the deal is. Apparently there's a group of people that'll get together and make decisions on this. And the tone changed dramatically. There is no longer an excitement for it. There is a citing of a market research that said people don't like door-to-door aggressive evangelism like that. And I was even directed to a couple books on being a contagious Christian and stuff like that. And I don't know what that book is all about. I don't care what the book is all about. To be real honest with you, I care what the Word of God says. And I think that's the only book I need to be equipped into sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. So it was frustrating because it's not that this church isn't solid. I mean, I wouldn't stay there if he wasn't a solid preacher. He is. He sure is. He doesn't sugarcoat things. He tells it like it is. And I was just disappointed, to say the least. And finally, now getting to my question. I know I'm going to meet with him again and just express my disappointment. But my question is, does it make sense to stay in a church that is so soft that the idea of door-to-door evangelism scares them? So that's all I have. I look forward to your answers. See ya.